Angiogenesis in cancer continued. Cancer preventions. To prevent cancer, there are anti-angiogenic therapies available to inhibit abnormal angiogenesis. Anti-angiogenic therapy differs from chemotherapy because it selectively targets blood vessels feeding the cancer. Chemotherapy treatments kill any cell that is growing fast, even if it is not a cancer cell, so some normal, healthy cells that grow quickly can be harmed. The hope in using anti-angiogenic therapy is that the tumor will starve and die if it cannot get enough nutrients and oxygen. The anti-angiogenic therapy medications can inhibit angiogenesis in a few ways. They can block VEGF, a positive regulator of angiogenesis, from reaching the receptors that allow blood vessels to form. Some drugs stop the VEGF receptors from sending growth signals into the blood vessel cells. These treatments are also called cancer growth blockers or tyrosine kinase inhibitors, TKIs. And lastly, some drugs act on the chemicals that cells use to signal to each other to grow. This can block the formation of blood vessels. Other treatments. As can be seen on this graph, one's diet accounts for 30 to 35% of environmentally caused cancers. The obvious is to think about what we could remove from our diet, but what about taking a completely opposite approach? What could we be adding to our diet that's naturally anti-angiogenic, that could boost the body's defense system, and beat back those blood vessels that are feeding cancers? Researchers have found that the simplest of biological molecules, carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins, can play a large role in cancer prevention. Some foods that inhibit abnormal angiogenesis are foods high in antioxidants such as fruits, phytochemicals found in soybeans and citrus fruits, calcium such as kale and salmon, vitamin D from the sun and egg yolks, and fiber from whole grain cereals and legumes. Early prevention is paramount. In general, choose many of the foods you eat from plant sources, eat whole grains rather than refined whenever you can, limit your red and processed meats, be physically active, achieve and maintain a healthy weight, and limit your consumption of alcohol. For each food type, it is suggested that there are different potencies within different strains and varieties. A list of foods from the highest to lowest potency is in the process of being formed by Dr. William Lee. Currently, the stimulation and inhibition of angiogenesis has proved to be extremely successful in animal models of a variety of diseases and appears to be successful to a degree in the early phases of clinical trials in humans. Yet, similarly to all resolutions for phenomenons on this earth, more research is imperative.
Created using Powtoon.